I call the Honourable Member Louise Upston. Tēnā koe.
Tēnā koe te whare, rauringa te rama, tēnei te mihi ki a koutou I runga I te kaupapa o te rā. Tēnā koutou nā iwi o rangatira o Ngati Makino. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Tēnā te wiki o te reo Māori, arohatia te reo. Mr Speaker, I'm very proud to speak in this third reading of the Ngati Makino Claims Settlement Bill, particularly as it is te reo Māori, te wiki o te reo Māori. I want to echo the words of my parliamentary colleagues who have spoken in the House today about the relationship between iwi and the Crown and how it is strengthened with these final settlements. And actually the fact that we move to a better place each time we conclude a third reading in this House. It is a significant moment, and it's fantastic to see so many represented here today from Ngati Makino to celebrate it with us. And I'm sure that when you return home, you will share the memories of this day with your whānau. And I encourage you to do that, to make sure that the story of today is etched in your history as the days that got us to this point. One of the things that we speak about, Mr Speaker, when we talk about treaty settlements is the economic benefits that are unlocked as a result. But they are far more than unlocking economic potential. One of the things that I have been privileged as a part of the Māori Affairs Select Committee is to have a look at a number of issues that the Select Committee is dealing with. Too often we are talking about people, but on the negative side. And yesterday in our meetings there was significant conversation about deficit. Well, I think the settlements unlock economic potential, but more importantly, it unlocks the potential of our people. And I deliberately say our. Yours, ours, the people of Aotearoa. And I want to speak a little bit further about that further into this speech. The whole settlements, we talk a lot about land, but I think more importantly it's also the cultural and spiritual and historical significance of these settlements. And I talked in my last speech in the Marairoa Bill about some of the economic benefits and the tourism opportunities in the area. But I want to move on to a couple of other areas that I see these settlements, such as the Ngati Makino settlement, provide. And if I reflect, it was the deed of settlement that was signed in April last year that sets out the commercial redress, and that's unfortunately sometimes what we focus on is the commercial redress, 11.9 million, the return of culturally significant sites. I think one of the things that we don't talk about enough though, and I wanted to talk about today, is te reo. Because I think it is culturally the benefits of these settlements that not only benefit Ngati Makino, but benefits us as a country. And I want to take an opportunity to acknowledge Te Roa Flavel. He is the champion of te reo in this House, in this whare. Just this week he has reminded us that our pronunciation could and should be better. But I want to applaud the fact that there are many members of this House who have spoken for the first time in te reo this week. But they haven't done it quietly, they've done it publicly. And I commended my colleagues on Facebook. And I was rather disturbed to get some criticism to say, why is it only this week, Te Wiki o Te Reo, that you do that? And I said, well, actually, I don't think there's any other better opportunity to stand in the House, to be courageous in saying words that you may never have uttered before, to run the risk of being criticised for getting it wrong, but trying it anyway. And my personal belief is the more that we use the language, your language and ours, then the more comfortable we are with it, and the more it will become woven into our language in Aotearoa. And I think that is the thing that is so vital in terms of these settlements. It's not just about land, it's not about a cheque, it's about the fact that our cultures are woven more deeply than they ever have before. And that's why I'm immensely proud to be part of this government and the fact that we are progressing so many settlements. We operate with the cooperation of the House, so I pay tribute to my parliamentary colleagues for allowing us to do that, us collectively, for all of us benefit. And we benefit in our language, we benefit in the wider culture, we benefit in what we are able to share. So, Mr Speaker, I want to not talk about deficits today. I want to talk about profits. I want to talk about wealth. I want to talk about the richness that the partnership between iwi and the Crown provides for all of us. So when you leave here, when all of us leave here, I urge each and every one of you to share the story of today, to share the story of what is possible each and every time an apology is made and accepted. And that instead of having media headlines about where we disagree, let's make media headlines about where we agree, so that we can weave our futures more closely together. You can share that with your children, I can share it with mine, and together Aotearoa will be stronger. Nō reira.
I call the Honourable Nanaia